Hey guys, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and today we'll be reading a mass romance. Chapter 1 and 2, the remix version, since I had to delete the originals and post them on my blog channel. For you guys who wanted to see the originals, it's in the description box below. And I'll be continuing posting videos throughout the week. For you guys, I may end up changing the posting schedule. That's a big maybe. Until then, let's get started. Maggie's point of view. I was a regular high school senior getting ready to graduate. My parents were already planning my graduation party for me at my cousin's house in Hawaii. But that didn't wasn't enough. It had to take away my depression. Not only did my best friend die in a car crash or car accident, but my boyfriend cheated on me with my worst enemy. It's been a year since it happened, but she still gives me crap about it. How she stole him from me. There were some times I wish I could go through the day, but I really just want to climb the top of a 10-story building and jump off. I didn't feel special anymore. It was a sunny day, not a single cloud in the sky, but not even that could make me happy. I was sitting on a step in front of the high school when I heard someone call my name. I turned around to see a boy in a yellow jacket, blue jeans, and sneakers. Blue eyes and messy brown hair. It was my other friend, who I haven't seen in a long time. "Hey Maggie, long time no see, huh?" he said, sitting next to me. "Hey Maxie," I said, less cheerful than him. For some reason, he always wants me to call him Masky. I assume it was a nickname of something. "What's wrong?" "Why are you so down?" he asked. "I don't want to talk about it," I said, looking away from Masky. "Talking will make you feel better," he said, putting his arm on around my shoulder. "You know, you could tell me anything," he said, trying his best to comfort me. He had been gone over a year, and I didn't know he didn't know what happened to me. Tears began to fall down my cheeks. "Danny died in a car crash," I sniffled. "I'm so sorry," he said, pulling me into a hug. "And Alex cheated on me," I sobbed, holding him tighter as I cried into his chest. Masky's point of view. "He what?" I yelled angrily in my mind. I began to rub her back, though I seemed calm on the outside. On the inside, I was a volcano bursting like crazy. "That son of a bitch. I swear I'm going to cut his dick off and shove it up his ass. And then I'll kill the slut he cheated on her with." While my thoughts were a way to make Maggie's ex pay for the pain he caused her, she started to calm down. "Masky?" she asked, looking up at me. "Yes, Maggie," I replied. "Will you walk me home?" she said in a scared voice. "Of course." We both stood up from where we were sitting and started walking towards Maggie's house. Maggie's point of view. It's been 2 days since Masky returned, and I was still depressed. Masky tried his best to make me feel better. It worked for a little while, but in the end, I was still unhappy. The school day ended, and I was sitting in the same spot on the school steps, like I always did. When I looked to my left, I saw Alex and Heather. I quickly turned my head, hoping they didn't see me. My tears began to form in my eyes as I felt someone grab my shoulder. I jumped. It made me jump, as I soon relaxed as I saw Masky. He smiled at me, but I just looked away. When Alex and Heather, or just looked the way where Alex and Heather were. Masky looked concerned and scooted closer to me. Masky began to get the feeling that we were being watched. His face to stay forward, but his eyes kept wandering to the left. Masky got a devious smirk on his face from what he saw. Maybe I won't have to kill the man whore after all, he thought. And then he pulled me closer to him, where my head was now in between his neck and shoulder, his eyes never leaving his target. What I did not know was the reason why Masky had the feeling that we were being, because we were. At that moment, Alex was watching us, jealousy written all over his face, and Masky's little attention seemed to add fuel to the fire. "Let me take you home," he said. I nodded as we stood up and started walking, but not without Masky pulling me into the same position that we were moments before. Masky held me tighter as we walked past my cheating ex, who was doing anything but hiding his jealousy. "Suck it, bitch," Masky taunted in his head. He wanted to say that out loud. Even knowing his jealousy, Masky still had plans to make Alex pay. Once we reached my house, we said goodbye and parted ways. Later on that night, Masky's point of view. I was in the woods sitting up the notes for Slender Man when I got a feeling that something wasn't right. Something about Maggie. At the last 2 hours passed, the feeling got even worse. There was a little voice in my head screaming at me, "Go to Maggie's house." "Masky, are you okay?" Hoodie asked. "Huh? Yeah, why?" "You froze." "Oh, I'm sorry." "Are you sure you're all right, man?" "Yeah, I'm fine." No, you're not." I heard Slender say, "What's the matter?" There's something I gotta do. Something I have to take care of." "Then go." I was surprised when he said that I could leave, but I just took off running towards Maggie's house. Once I got there, I tried the doorbell. She didn't answer. I was really worried about this. I tried the doorknob. Thankfully, it was unlocked. I rushed into the house and called her name. I got no answer. I started to see tiny drops of blood on the floor. I followed them to the kitchen. I took off my mask and leave it on the table. When I see the bloody streak knife in the sink, oh no. I bolted to the living room and upstairs. "Maggie, where are you?" All I could hear was crying from the room. I rushed in to see her sitting on the floor sobbing. Both her wrists were cut. I ran over to her and picked her up bridal style and carried her to the bathroom. I wasn't thinking anymore. I just kept running on our pretending angle or whatever. I carried her to the bathroom. I grabbed the first aid kit. I started bandaging up her wrist, doing anything to stop the bleeding. Once I was done, my heart started to beat at a normal pace. "I am sorry, Masky," she whispered. I pressed my lips against hers. I nearly lost the one thing that mattered to me the most. I pulled away and looked straight at her in the eye. "Maggie, please don't do that again," I said. I promise," she replied. I picked her up and carried her back to the room. I laid her down on the bed and climbed in with her. She laid her head on my chest as I held her in my arms. "Maxky," she said. "Yes, Maggie. Do you really feel that way?" "I have always have." I shifted so I could kiss her again. I was relieved when she started kissing back. "Thank you, Masky," she whispered before falling asleep in my arms. Well, guys, that's the ending of chapter 1 and 2 of A Mass Romance, the remake version. If you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there, hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel if you want more. Until then, bye!